to support our downtown restaurants and retail spaces. Ross has incredible natural beauty, great old world charm, and our small downtown restaurant and retail space contribute to the feeling of a small town from an earlier era. But the restaurants and retail spaces need our help and support, or they won't be profitable, and we will be left with office space which does not contribute to the community in the same way that restaurants and retail do. I was delighted to learn that a wine bar will be opening where the Village store was located and will operate under the name of 6 Ounce Wine Bar. I can't wait to have a great place close by to see neighbors and friends. I hope we can all commit to making it a huge success. Also, as many of you know, Tony Tutus has been acquired by Ross resident Lacey Shear and is launching a grand reopening. Lacey has been helping Tony for some time and has every intention of carrying on his tradition of creating excellent pizzas for the community. I did not think it would be possible for a business to step into this beloved spot and win the hearts of the Ross community. But Tony Tutus did it, and it feels like it anchors the downtown retail scene. Godspeed, Lacey. I suggest residents book their special night out at Marché, which reopened from Marché aux Fleurs' grand tradition of delivering incredibly fresh food in a beautiful setting. If you have not tried their buttermilk fried chicken, you are missing out. Considering ordering in and getting gift certificates to this special restaurant. Any mention of Ross restaurants is incomplete if we don't mention Marco's great Trattoria fresco. It was a favorite of Sean Penn's when he lived here, and I know former Mayor Beach Cool is a big fan as well. Crown and Crumpet has been an incredible addition to our community as a destination restaurant from all over the Bay Area. It is a huge hit with kids and adults alike and has a great presence in the downtown with its charming decor. While a favorite for special occasions, it is also a great spot for lunch. These restaurants make our downtown feel vibrant and special. They also enhance the visitor's experience to the local stores. Please consider prioritizing them so that they are successful and our downtown remains a fun place for residents to gather. Finally, I want to say a big thank you to the Ross Recreation Department and town staff, including Public Works and the police department, for their efforts putting on the town dinner. It was a magical night. Next item on the agenda is council committee and liaison reports. Does anybody have a committee or liaison report? Seeing none, we'll move on. The next item is staff and community reports, and I'll turn it over to our town manager.
Good evening, Mayor and council members. I do not have a report this evening. Thank you.
The next is the Ross Property Owners Association. Is there a report to be given from them? Seeing none, we'll bring it back.
I have somebody online. Alexandra H.
Hi, yes. Sorry I couldn't be there in person today. Not sure how I can put my video on, but I have an update from RPOA. So Auxiliary is hoping to try out a small turkey trot, which will be held on Sunday, 11/12. We are working with the town and Marin County Parks, Marin County Parks for permitting and for the route. Winterfest is confirmed to be Saturday, 12/2 from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. and will be held at Magic. We're also coordinating with Pixie Parks Bake Sale, which will happen that same day, and then also have some activities to look forward to, like ice rink, Santa, train, food and bev, singing, etc. Holiday lights will be turned on the first or second week of November down at the Common. Age Friendly's Valentine's Luncheon will be February 15th, also held at Magic, so save the date. Hanging flowers are still thriving, so we're going to leave those up all winter as some flowers will continue to bloom. We will also be adding another table to the post office and exploring new lighting options. Live on the Commons is this Saturday from 3 to 7, and we'll have Malpika and DJ Love playing. Hot Monk Tavern truck will be booked. There'll also be volleyball nets, and Andrews Camps will be kids entertainment. And then last thing, Leadership Council calendar has been distributed to all leadership council members, and we'll make sure it's on email distribution for each entity. So that's the report from RPOA. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that. The next item is the consent agenda, and normally we take these items all together unless somebody pulls them off. So first, let me ask members of the council, does anybody want to pull an item off?
Could we pull item C off, please?
Sure. And next, let's see if any member of the public would like to pull an item off besides C. Seeing none, we'll bring it back to council to consider the consent agenda minus C.
I'll make a motion to approve items A, B, D, and E on the consent agenda.
Second. I did.
Councilmember McMillan,
Aye.
Councilmember Robbins,
Aye.
Mayor Breckus,
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Kircher,
Aye.
Councilmember Cool.
Aye.
Thank you. With a vote of 5, the motion passes.
We'll take now item 8C and separately consider this item.
So I just had a question about this. My understanding was we don't yet have, that this bridge, the Winship Bridge replacement is supposed to be funded by a state bridge fund. And I wanted to be sure that if we keep using our funds, and this is $52,000, that this will be reimbursed. I don't want us to go too far down the road of us spending a lot of money without being sure that the state's going to come through on this project.
Yes, thank you, Elizabeth. Great question. So the costs that are presented to you today are refundable, reimbursable under the federal HBP program. You may recall that Council did a few years ago allow an appropriation from the drainage fund. We have not spent any of that money yet, basically because the consultant hasn't invoiced us. But I've checked on what their expenditures are to date, and we're in really good shape. When they do invoice us, we can cover it with the drainage fund, and then all of that is reimbursable under the HBP. In fact, I did get some correspondence today from Caltrans, who's managing the federal funding under the HBP, and they're asking us, how is the NEPA process going? And they're actually asking us, do we need money under the HBP? Do we need funding right now? Which is a little silly because in 2021, we requested additional funding from Caltrans and went back and forth with them, and they had lost our original application and all of our exhibits that went with that, and that was delivered back in 2013. You might recall that was under Rob Brolick. So there, with the new funding from the federal government for infrastructure projects under Biden's plan, there's a lot more money available now than when I came to you in 2021 with my concerns that the HBP was oversubscribed and underfunded. That's all changed now. So they're actually reaching out to me now saying, hey, how much is this going to cost? And I've been working with the consultant actually today to get ready to request that additional funding for them to appropriate that to us. So it may be that we actually never had to dip into the drainage fund at all, depending on the timing. But there's plenty that was appropriated by council to cover this and the other expenses.
Thank you.
Okay, let's see if any member of the public wishes to be heard on this item.
There are no raised hands online.
Seeing none, we'll bring it back to the council.
So
Do
I
we have a
move we
vote?
approve consent agenda item C.
Councilmember McMillan,
Aye.
Councilmember Robbins,
Aye.
Mayor Breckus,
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Kircher,
Aye.
Councilmember Cool.
Aye.
All right, with a vote of 5, motion passes.
We don't have an item 9, so we'll move on to 10.
Thank you, Mayor and council members. This evening, our Recreation Manager, Maureen Borthwick, is going to give a brief presentation to council on this topic.
Thank you, Krista.
Thank you, Mayor Breckus and members of Town Council for having me here tonight. The item before you is a recommendation that the Town Council adjust the Town of Ross comprehensive schedule of fees and charges by adding an hourly fee of $55 for the reservation and use of the Three Bear Hut, a $75 custodial fee related to the use of the Three Bear Hut, and changing the Ross Tennis Court key, access key to 1 year, $125 fee. Regarding the tennis courts, we utilize a tennis court access program where residents purchase a key and then they're able to access the courts at any time. The tennis court access key is currently posted as $200 per 2-year cycle and has not been increased in over 5 years. The staff recommended change to $125 per single year cycle is a modest $25 per year increase. This slight increase in key fees would cover the costs of expected additional court maintenance from 4 days per week to 5 days per week, replacement pickleball nets if and when needed, minimal increase in staff time for purchasing yearly keys, and increased promotions for key sales, as well as increasing the frequency of purchasing keys. In regard to Three Bear Hut, the Three Bear Hut picnic structure at Natalie Coffin Green Park is primarily used for residents and Marin Municipal Water District visitors and Ross recreation programs. Due to an increase, a recent increase in the rental requests that we've been receiving in our office, staff recommends the addition of the Three Bear Hut and its surrounding picnic area to the schedule of fees and charges to track the use of park facilities and to assist with the costs for associated maintenance. Staff recommends a rate of $55 per hour with a 2-hour minimum, which is aligned with similar facility rentals around Marin County. Additionally, staff recommends applying a $75 custodial charge to any renter who has left the site in less than acceptable condition of the same or better than found. To help ensure low impact to the natural beauty of the area, the rental site will be closed to rentals during the winter months, November through February, for area regrowth and maintenance, which is consistent with the existing Ross Field rentals. The addition of a rental fee for reserving Three Bear Hut, as well as changing tennis key sales from $200 for 2 years to $125 for 1 year, will slightly increase the Recreation Department revenue. With the expected increase of use at Natalie Coffin Green Park and Ross Tennis Courts, staff anticipate expenditures to slightly rise. The increase of fees would cover those expected expenditures. In conclusion, staff recommends that council adjust the Town of Ross comprehensive schedule of fees and charges by adding the $55 per hour hourly fee for the reservation and use of Three Bear Hut, a $75 custodial fee, and changing the Ross Tennis Court key access to a 1 year $125 fee. Thank you so much.
Does anybody have questions of staff? Let's open it up to the public. Does any member of the public want to be heard? Bring it back to the council. Is there a, I can't see, it's just a action item? Okay. Somebody want to take action?
Second.
Thank you.
Councilmember McMillan? Aye. Councilmember Robbins?
Aye.
Mayor Breckus?
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Kircher?
Aye.
Councilmember Cool? Thank you. With a vote of 5, the motion passes.
Next is item number 11.
Bear with me for 1 second, excuse me.
I thought I had it on.
All right. Thank you again, Mayor Breckus and members of Town Council for having me here tonight. Tonight, I'll be presenting an update of the Recreation Department. At the start of each year, staff meet to discuss goals of the department. Fiscal year ending 24 goals include adding programs for youth age 0 to 4, which are our TOTS programs, redevelopment of the Kids Club after-school program, establishment of pickleball classes on the newly lined Ross tennis courts, provide new senior-focused programs, and find innovative ways to serve and support the Ross community, such as through the Ross Recreation Fee Assistance Program, which was supported and approved by Town Council during the August council meeting. Ross Recreation has offered over 90 classes between adult, youth, and TOTS to date. Of those total classes, 67 were youth, 21 adult, and 2 were TOTS. Additionally, staff supported over 1,200 unique participants through recreation programs and events. Staff offered new programs such as pickleball on the newly lined courts and initiated the TOTS program with Music with Danny for ages 0 through 4. Additionally, staff brought back the father-daughter dance to the fall schedule, which sold out with 150 registered participants. Staff looked to expand youth programming this fall to include vocals classes, golf classes, arts classes, and non-school day vacation camps, which are camps that are offered during non-school days and weeks to support Ross's working families. Staff continue to partner with Age Friendly Ross on breakfast gatherings, task force meetings, and upcoming events. Staff recently celebrated the launch of the Recreation Fee Assistance Program, which is being promoted on the Recreation website, as well as through Ross School District and Kentfield School District. Staff continues to work hard on offering a full spectrum of youth classes, which includes new initiatives. The department is currently offering new TOTS classes, nature classes, camps, Spanish classes, and looks to offer e-bike classes in partnership with Marin County Bike Coalition to support Ross PD's e-bike safety initiatives. Staff have also recreated Kids Club After School for the year ending 24 academic school year. In addition to youth classes, staff is focusing on expanding adult and senior programming. Age-friendly classes such as dance, swing, floral design, wreath making, and open mahjong play began this October. Senior fitness classes on Ross Common began on Thursday, October 5th, and the first age-friendly Marin social gathering was held on Wednesday, October 4th. Staff is partnering with CHP to offer another Age Well Drive Smart presentation for senior drivers. And lastly, staff is working on intergenerational programs with Ross School District, such as a senior prom, tutoring, and technology classes. Kids Club After School has been restored and is being met with positive reviews from both students and parents. Staff offered a flexible program by accepting drop-in registrations, mix and match days, and multi-day discounts for families purchasing 3 or more days per week. We would like to thank Town Council, Ross School District, and the community for your support of this beloved program. To date, the program has brought in just over $34,000 in revenue, which includes both recurring and drop-in students. Highlights of the program include enrollment from 5 Ross School teachers, 12 new families, and 8 returning families, and 2 transitional kindergarten students, and new furniture acquired through use of SHARP grant funds. Lastly, staff partnered with Ross School to provide healthy snacks left over from the new pilot Ross School lunch program to further reduce waste and encourage healthy eating. Kids Club currently has 13 students enrolled on Mondays, 12 on Tuesdays, 13 on Wednesdays, 13 on Thursdays, and 9 on Fridays. Drop-in registrations are growing and attendance has been high. Based on current costs, including rent, staff compensation, cleaning services, and supplies, Kids Club is expected to end the session with a modest revenue of $600. Staff will continue to offer flexible registration and drop-ins and expect for revenue to increase. As of the September 30th report, overall revenue for the department is just over $442,000, which is higher year-to-date compared to fiscal year ending 23. It is slightly down to fiscal year ending 24 year-to-date budget of about $6,000. However, staff do expect to make up this difference as we open the new tennis court key season this November and winter program registration. As of September 1st, overall expenses are down compared to fiscal year ending '23. However, the year-to-date actual as of September 30th is modestly higher in comparison to year ending '23, and that's likely due to delayed payments for the fall rent at Basage. We've already paid that out this season, and at this point last year, they hadn't paid it out. Additionally, outside services are projected to be higher due to an increase in contract payments for more classes being offered. Staff oversee the 4th of July parade and celebration and the Ross Town Dinner. Staff also support the town co-sponsored events with RPOA, such as Live on the Common and Winterfest. July 4th received a positive response from the community and featured new events like the Patriotic Pooch Dog Contest, and staff hope to partner with Ross PD on a dunk tank feature for next year's celebration, amongst other things. The 2023-24 Ross Dinner, was held, the 2023 Ross Town Dinner was held on Friday, September 22nd. Staff sold 363 tickets. The next Live on the Common is on Saturday, October 14th, from 3 to 7 p.m., and Winterfest is scheduled for December 2nd at Magic. Staff continue to promote programs and events through Ross Rack email blasts, the Ross School District e-pocket, print marketing on new signage boards and banners, which you may have seen on Ross Common, word of mouth marketing through parents and participants, and Town of Ross morning after newsletter. And next steps for the department include integrating the new rec software at the end of the calendar year, which will reduce the credit card fee expense and is expected to increase our customer satisfaction and reduce staff admin time. Winter registration opened today, and this was for programs from January through March. Staff will be running the first non-school day camp on October 18th for parent-teacher conferences. Currently, we have 14 students registered, and the next non-school day camp will be on November 10th for Veterans Day. The department also continues to offer classes at dismissal time, and we will continue the quarterly meetings with the Ross School Superintendent's Office, the first of which occurred on Thursday, September 28th, and the second is scheduled for this December. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next item is number 12, and the report is,
We should take public comment. Make sure there's no public
I'm
comment.
sorry, I did forget public comment. All right, let's open this item up for public comment.
Thank you. On behalf of the Age-Friendly Ross Task Force, we just want to say how much we appreciate all the work that Maureen has done on behalf of older adults in the town of Ross. So thank you.
Thank you. Is there any other member of the public that wishes to be heard? Okay, seeing none, we'll bring it back to council and move on. Yep.
Maureen, how are you going to get volunteers for that dunk tank?
I heard Chief Pata really wants.
All right, item number 12, Town Council consideration of adoption of Resolution 2340 calling a municipal election. And that is our Town Manager Johnson.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. For many years, the town has relied on a public safety tax or a municipal services tax to support the operations and the capital needs of the community. The public safety tax that was approved by the town residents in 2016 currently raises approximately $1 million to partially cover the cost of providing police and fire services. This amount covers 20% of the total cost to provide police and fire service, which is approximately $5 million a year. At your April 27th, 2023 Town Council Annual Budget Workshop, a 5-year financial forecast was presented related to the town's finances. The report findings included that the town's current level of services are fundable, like that word, if the public safety tax is renewed and there will likely be some available revenues for capital facilities and one-time expenses. However, if the public safety tax expires in June of 2025 without a replacement, the town will have to reduce operating expenses, which could cause service level declines and a halt to funding of capital facilities. It is recommended by your parcel tax subcommittee, which consists of council members McMillan and Robbins, that the town council seek voter approval of a ballot measure to extend the same public safety parcel tax for a 10-year period. Furthermore, the subcommittee recommends that the parcel tax remain the same amount with an annual CPI adjustment. Therefore, so more specifically, the recommendation before the town council this evening is to adopt a resolution, number 2340, which would call a municipal election regarding a special tax to be held on March 5th, 2024. This resolution also requests that the Marin County Board of Supervisors to consolidate with the presidential primary election conducted on that date as appropriate. And it also requests election services of the county election department and proposes adoption by the voters of ordinance number 723, which would authorize the levy of a special tax to finance public safety services and authorizes an increase in the appropriation limit for the town of Ross. The resolution authorizes various actions, procedures, deadlines, including setting a public notice, publication, inspection of ballot material requirements. It would direct the town attorney to draft the impartial analysis of the measure. It sets deadlines for submitting arguments for and against the measure and rebuttal arguments. It requests various services from and transmittal of ballot materials to the County Board of Supervisors and the County Elections Department. And then finally, the resolution before you tonight also authorizes the Town Council's Parcel Tax Subcommittee to draft an argument in favor of the measure and authorize all town council members to sign the argument in favor of the measure. And that's my presentation for you this evening.
Thank you. Does anybody have questions?
Will the argument language be something that we will consider on our November agenda, or is that just?
It doesn't, it's not required to. If you want to, you can.
Okay.
But it's not required.
Any other questions? Seeing none, let's open it up for public comment. Is there any member of the public that wishes to be heard? Seeing none, we'll bring it back to council. Do we have a motion?
I move we approve Resolution 2340.
Second.
Councilmember McMillan? Aye. Councilmember Robbins?
Aye.
Mayor Breckus?
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Kircher?
Aye.
Councilmember Cool?
Aye.
Thank you. With a vote of 5, the motion passes.
Move on to item 13, and Town Manager Johnson has a report.
Thank you very much. Our town clerk, Cindy Martell, is going to take on this item. Thank you, Cindy.
Thank you, Council. Item 13 is a request to adopt Resolution 2341, which allows the town to hold an election on March 5th, 2024, for the 3 council member positions coming available in June of 2024. The resolution also requests that the County of Marin consolidate our election with the presidential primary and requests election services from the County Elections Department. The staff report mentions that the town has $30,000 set aside for the election. We won't know the actual costs until after the election. We believe we have sufficient funds set aside for that.
Okay, thank you. Is there any member of the council that has a question?
Pardon me, I just have a question, a procedural question. Assuming the resolution passes, who sets the various filing deadlines? Is that the county Or is it already prescribed by law? For example, petitions to seek election or reelection.
Actually, our elections attorney, for lack of a better word, has been helping us set the dates ourselves. So we set the dates for that.
So
I mean,
that
there is some paperwork that the county sets up dates, and I have all those dates already if you want them.
yes,
I'll email them to you
yes, thank you.
tomorrow. Okay.
Okay, seems like no other questions. Let's bring it to the public. Is there any member of the public that wishes to be heard? Seeing none, let's bring it back to council. Is there a motion?
Move approval of the resolution.
Councilmember McMillan? Councilmember Robbins?
Aye.
Mayor Breckus?
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Kircher?
Aye.
Councilmember Cool?
Aye.
Thank you. With a vote of 5, the motion passes.
Moving on to item 14, there is no item 14. So we're moving on to item 15, council correspondence. Is there any correspondence that people wish to be heard on? Any move to 15B, future council items? And so we'll move on to item number 16, open time for public expression. Does anybody wish to be heard? Is there anybody on Zoom that would like to be heard?
I'm giving them a second.
Okay.
No raised hands.
Okay, we'll move on to 17, which is adjournment, adjourned. No closed session because we're not going to, no, we're not. Yeah.
Well, 6:31. I don't think it has ever accomplished that.
I mean, sort of not sure why we had to approve $25 extra dollars on the.
Just the deadlines, planning deadlines and so forth. Yeah, so it is. It's state law. County approved for years for. I was just wondering when are my papers due is really my question is, but I think everybody would like to know. Opens and then it ends December.
Sometime in early December. Well, but it'll be.